to English New Edition. For tonight's headlines, we have the head of state receives his Somalian counterpart Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. International scene airplane crash in South Korea. Welcome to our newsroom. Djibouti and Somalia holds summit talks. The head of state Ismail Omar Guelleh received his Somalian counterpart Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, who has been in Djibouti since yesterday at mid-morning, descended at the Palace of the Republic. Listen for more details.
Head of State, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, received today at the Palace of the Republic his Somali counterpart Hassan Sheikh Mohamud in Djibouti since yesterday at the head of a high-level delegation including the Somali Minister of Defense. Bilateral relations, the precise nature of the substantial and multi-phase support that our country is able to provide to Somalia in its increasingly displayed determination to assert the authority of its government throughout its territory were mentioned during this meeting. The Somali President's visit to Djibouti comes in the current context of the end of the mandate of the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, and the discussion between the two heads of states were also particularly extended to the final configuration of the replacement force, the Support and Stabilization Mission Plan for Somalia, which is supposed to be deployed on January 1st, 2025. The 24-hour working visit of President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud to Djibouti is in line with the periodic contact and consultation at the highest level between the two countries and the two brotherly peoples. Djibouti and Somalia share centuries-old ties forged by geographical proximity, cultural as well as linguistic. The privileged nature of a relation between the two nations reflects our country's constant commitment to the stabilization and economic reconstruction of Somalia. In addition to the Somali Minister of Defense, the Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Somalia to the Republic of Djibouti, Mr. Salad Ali Jallah, took part in this meeting. It should be noted on the Djiboutian side the presence, among others, at this event, the Minister of Defense in charge of the relation with Parliament, Hassan Omar Mohammed, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, the Head of National Security, Hassan Saeed Khaire, and the Ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to the Federal Republic of Somalia, Mohammed Ibrahim Yusuf.
The Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud left Djibouti this afternoon after 24 hours working visit at the head of a high-level delegations, including the Somali Minister of Defense. This visit is in line with the regular contact and consultations at the highest level between the two countries and the two brotherly peoples. At mid-morning at the Palace of the Republic, the Head of State, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, received his Somali counterpart Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. The bilateral relations and precise natures of the substantial and multifaceted support that our country is in a position to provide to Somalia in its growing determination to assert the authority of its government through its territory were discussed during this meeting. Djibouti and Somalia share age-old ties forged by geographical, cultural, and linguistic proximity. The privileged nature of relations between the two nations reflect our country's constant and commitment to the stabilizations and economic reconstructions of Somalia. On his departure from Djibouti International Airport, he was accompanied with all honors by the Prime Minister of the Republic, Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, as well as the Minister of Telecommunication, Radwan Abdullahi Bahdoun. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has received today the Ethiopian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Gedeon Timotheus, at the Palace of the Republic on his first working visit since his appointment to the post. The audience provided an opportunity to discuss the privileged relations of brotherhood, friendship, and cooperation that unite the Republic of Djibouti and the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Discussions also focused on a strategic partnership between the two nations, notably In the file of trade, cultures and security, the meeting was an opportunity to reaffirm the exemplary complementarity and economic integration between Djibouti and Ethiopia, often highlighted at the regional and continental levels as a model of success. The Ethiopian minister was accompanied by several high-ranking officials, including the Secretary of State at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Mesganu Arga, the Director of African Affairs, Mr. Jamaluddin Mustafa, the Ethiopian Ambassador to Djibouti, Berhanus Gay, and other members of the cabinet of the Ethiopian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And now listen to the Ethiopian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Gideon Timotheos.
Well, the purpose of my visit is to discuss bilateral and some regional issues. As is very well known, the relationship between the two countries, Ethiopia and Djibouti, is a very unique and strong partnership. So I came here to discuss bilateral issues and how we could cooperate on some regional security and political issues. And we have discussed a range of issues both with the foreign minister and the president. We have updated the president on the discussion we had earlier this morning with my brother, the foreign minister, on trade issues, port utilization, regional security and political developments, and we're very glad with the constructive and productive discussions we have had.
The head of the Djibouti's diplomacy, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, said that discussions also focused on a strategic partnership between the two nations, notably in the file of trade, cultures, and security. Listen for more details.
Rahman Rahim, le ministre Dr. Gideon.
Dr. Gideon, Ethiopia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, made his first official visit to Djibouti, carrying a message from His Excellency the Prime Minister to President Gelle. I believe the relationship between Ethiopia and Djibouti is at its best. Visits like this allow us to review various matters, including bilateral issues, regional affairs, peace, and security. We share a strong political will to ensure that Djibouti and Ethiopia's relationship serves as a regional model, a model of stability and integration. I won't even mention the extensive infrastructure linking our two nations, which is vital for the continued development of both economies. It is equally important that we collaborate in areas like economic, political, and social consultations. We hold regular meetings, including border commission sessions. Next January, we will conceive the 17th Joint Commission session, which will give us the opportunity to revisit and assess existing agreements. I believe Djibouti and Ethiopia can build a lasting relationship rooted in a positive and constructive mindset. We must also strive to support other countries in the Horn of Africa to follow this path. As the current chair of IGAD, Djibouti places particular emphasis on addressing tensions between neighboring countries, such as the conflict in Sudan and the transition in South Sudan. Many of these issues frankly land on President Gelle's desk. In his role as a senior statesman in the region and a chair of IGAD, he aims to lead by example and help find solutions.
The Tajura Cultural Festival closes off the conference debate on the valorizations of Afar Mad'a. After 2 days of fruitful exchanges, the conference debate devoted to strengthening the understanding and valorizations of Mad'a Afar came to a successful close. The event brought together experts, intellectuals, and local players from rich and constructive discussions on the importance of preserving and promoting the Afar Mad'a, a pillar of the region's cultural identity. The closing ceremony, marked by the presence of the renowned personalities, brought together the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Momin Asowe, as well as representatives from the Sultanate of Tajura, Ausa, Rahaito, and Biru. The speakers unanimously stressed the importance of this dialogue in strengthening the cultural cohesion and ties between the region's community. Participants praised the work carried out over the 2 days, which laid the foundations for enhanced cooperation to preserve Afar cultural heritage. They also highlighted promising initiatives aimed at promoting these cultures on the national and international scenes. The meeting served to consolidate relations between the region's various cultural authorities while paving the way for future collaboration in the field of culture and heritage. The representative of the Majlis of Tajura, Mr. Shahem, expressed his satisfaction that the unity demonstrated by the various representatives present. He stressed the importance of a collective commitment to the preservation and enhancement of the Afar Mad'a. He also congratulated the participants on their involvement and joint effort in this process. The elders of the Obok, for his part, recalled the fundamental role of the Mad'a Afar in the traditions and cultures of the Afar community. According to him, preserving and promoting these practices not only protect an ancestral tradition but also strengthening social ties and the cultural identities of the region. For his part, the Mad'a Afar guarantors call for concerted action. Mr. Ali Ahmed Meko, the guarantor of the Mad'a within the Sultanate and the Afar chiefdom, reaffirmed his commitment to the preservation of this cultural heritage. True to his role, he highlighted the essential keys to enhancing this unique wealth. In his view, a concerted and structured approach is essential to ensure the long-term survival of this practice. He stressed the urgent need to step up efforts to protect Mad'a Afar, which he sees as a crucial part of the region's identity and history. For Ali Ahmed Meko, preserving Afar Mad'a is not just about safeguarding a tradition, but passing on a living heritage to future generations. At the close of the conference debate on the valorizations of the Mad'a Afar, organized as part of the Tajura Cultural Festival, representatives of the Sultanate of Ausa, Biru, Dawe, and Rahaita took turns expressing their views and emphasizing the need to strengthen cooperation between the different jurisdictions in order to promote and protect Mad'a Afar. The participants agreed on the urgent need for joint initiative to safeguard and promote this unique heritage. The meeting, attended by representatives of the various Afar jurisdictions, highlighted the vital importance of preserving and promoting the Afar Mad'a, an essential cultural and historical heritage for the Afar community. Prior to the closing of the conference debate on Afar customary laws, also known as Mad'a Afar or Afarre, a colorful and diverse musical evening was organized on the previous evening. The event was part of the second edition of the Tajura Cultural Festival. The evening featured local and national artists, including iconic figures such as Harbu Fafi Harun, Mayram Ali, Masongor, who rocked the stage among the highlight, and the legendary Malabo dance, gracefully performed by young girls from Tajura, captivated the audience. Community folk dances were also on the programs, offering a veritable journey to the heart of tradition. This musical and cultural event took place in the presence of several personalities, including the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hebo Mumin Asowe, the Secretary General of UNFD, Fatuma Musa, and the members of Parliament, Muhammad Hamid, as well as numerous guests who came to take part in this second edition of the festival. Djibouti Post is pleased to announce the issue of a special commemorative stamp in tribute of Dr. Burhan Muhammad Arif, an emblematic figure in Djibouti medicines. This exclusive stamp celebrates the inauguration of the Grand Hospital Dr. Burhan Muhammad Arif and pays tribute to this illustrious doctor whose commitment has left its mark on the country's healthcare system through his career. Dr. Burhan working to improve access to healthcare for all Djiboutians. He was not only a talented physician, but also a deeply human man, dedicated to caring for his patients without social and religious distinction. By issuing this stamp, Djibouti Post honors the memory of this outstanding doctor who has praised by the President of the Republic at the inauguration of the Tajura Hospital for his unrivaled contribution to the national health. This stamp's meticulous design highlighted the hospital modern architecture while incorporating symbolic elements representing Dr. Burhan Muhammad Arif. This collector's item is a must for philatelic enthusiasts and anyone wishing to mark this historic event. More than just this stamp embodies Dr. Burhan's legacy and his dream to a future where health is accessible to all. His dedication continues to inspire new generations of healthcare professionals in Djibouti. For his part, the General Director of the Djibouti Post, Mr. Bahnan Ali Medal, has indicated that this stamped in tribute to the Dr. Burhan Muhammad Arif. He hailed this initiative. Listen for more details.
C'est un honneur particulier aujourd'hui pour la Poste de Djibouti de
It is a particular honor today for La Poste of Djibouti to participate in the national recognition which first took place during the inauguration of the Tajura Hospital. This event pays tribute to one of the first doctors, someone who holds a very special place in my heart, Dr. Burhan. Today I also wanted to present this stamp to a man, a doctor of national stature. We are truly delighted and proud to welcome the family, a dear friend, the colonel, and the doctor here today to receive this stamp. We hope that this stamp will help preserve the legacy of a man who was profoundly pious and deeply just in his dealings with others.
The mobile team from the Dr. Ahmed Absiye Warsama Regional Hospital in the Addis Ababa went on a medical caravan to the border localities of Tikri in the Holhol sector. The main aim of this medical caravan is to bring medical care closer to people living in rural localities and bush areas throughout the country, in line with the recommendations of the Ministry of Health. A medical caravan led on site by healthcare professionals from this major hospital center. The team included a general practitioner, nurses, and nutritionists, midwives, and an ultrasound technician. The main idea behind their trip was to bring medical care closer to the rural population. The importance of this initiative is commendable, since people in rural areas disdain to go to the medical care centers in the main towns. In remote areas, access to the health. For the international scene, in South Korea, 179 dead in a plane crash. The plane, a Boeing 737 is 8 IS from Bangkok. Listen for more details.
At least 177 people are dead after a plane crash while landing at an airport in South Korea. 2 survivors were pulled from the debris and taken to hospital. The Boeing 737-800 flight, operated by airline Jeju Air, had 181 people on board, including 6 flight staff, and was arriving at Muan Airport from Bangkok, Thailand. Footage online appears to show the plane coming off the runway and crashing into a wall before bursting into flames. No cause has been confirmed, but the fire service says it believes a collision with birds and poor weather may be to be blamed. The National Fire Agency confirmed that 177 people, 84 women, 82 men, and others whose genders were not immediately identifiable have been killed and 2 people have been rescued, both crew members. The fire that engulfed the plane has been extinguished.
In Gaza, Israel kills 48 people in one day. The fate of Dr. Abu Safiya unknown. The new military offensives in northern Gaza has claimed almost 15 lives in 24 hours. Decommissioned and emptied the Kamal Adwan Hospital, whose director was arrested and taken to an unknown destination. The new Israeli military offensives in northern Gaza, which began last October, has reached a new dimension with the decommissioning of Kamal Adwan Hospital. The only hospital in northern Gaza is still open. The WHO declared the hospital now empty after Israeli forces attacked and arrested dozens of medical staff, and the hospital's director, Dr. Abu Safiya, was arrested while the World Health Organization reiterated its call for the protection of hospitals in the bombed Palestinian enclaves. A dozen of patients are in a critical conditions. More than 50 nurses and health workers have been transferred to the Indonesian hospital in Gaza, which lacks the equipment and supplies to provide adequate care, deplored the WHO in a press release. In Libya, Syria, symbolic meeting to strengthen ties. Libya's Minister of State for Communications and Political Affairs arrived in Damascus on Saturday to meet new Syrian officials at the Al-Shab Palace in Damascus. Libyan Minister of State Walid al-Lafi held talks with the Syrian HTC Hayat Tahrir al-Sham leaders Ahmed al-Sarah. After the meetings, al-Lafi told journalists that he had discussed military and security issues between the 2 countries with the new Syrian leaders. This was an important meeting because of the timings and the intersection issues between Libya and Syria, in particular military and security issues, and the consequences of the major event that took place in Syria on the regions. And to close up this editions, Morocco Tangier, a timeless musée, celebrate in painting. In the heart of Tangier, The Villa Harris hosted an exceptional exhibition devoted to the city's artistic heritage entitled Tangier, A Passion for Color. These retrospectives highlight the unique link between the city of Strait and the visual arts. Some 30 paintings by foreign and Moroccan artists reveal emblematic scenes from bustling port to serpentine alleyways, testifying to the city's evolutions over time. Or Madja Amelal, curators of the museum, the exhibition explores an essential part of Tangiers history. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.